Good evening, my friends. Dobry wieczór. This is Justin Arquez, the Simple Living Nomad, and I am currently in Warsaw, Poland. Today's topic is language for travel. So, what do I mean by language for travel? Well, what I mean is learning basics, okay? And what I mean by basics is being able to greet people, being able to buy a bus ticket, train ticket, reserving a room, ordering food. Basics. Numbers, for sure. Numbers are important, to know the numbers. And what does this do? I mean, it enhances the overall experience of your traveling experience, in my opinion. It's done it, in my case, it's been huge. Just knowing a bit, and what I feel like it does, it showcases a high level of respect, because people know, that language is not so easy, especially for Americans. I think we could be a bit lazy in this department, because we just depend on English. I've done it, and I do it, on a regular basis. But I'm not afraid of language. So that's a big thing. I think a lot of people are intimidated, and they don't want to make mistakes in front of a lot of people. I think that's what it comes down to. I know that happens to me often. But then you get to a point where it's like, you know what? It's not my native tongue. I'm trying my best here, and a lot of times, if you can laugh at yourself, while you're speaking another language, or you make a statement in another language and it kind of sounds goofy and whatnot, I think that's huge, to just take it light, just relax with it, and don't take it so serious. I mean, do your best, obviously, but again, it's like, do your best, and that's good enough. That's good enough. All right, so how do we do this? How do we get these basic language skills before we travel? My suggestion is take 2 to 3 months and try to saturate yourself with this language. And what I mean by saturate yourself is listen to it, use it, listen to it, listen to it, listen to it, use it. Okay, you get the idea. You want your ear to really get a feel for this language, for the sounds. And that's huge. That's important. All right. So the first thing I do every time I want to learn a new language, I go to the library. I go to the free library, and I get everything that they have to offer: books, CDs, and I usually watch movies in the target language that I have interest in. So the library is a gold mine for all these things. So go to the library. The first thing that I would do. Okay. The second thing is try to listen to this language in your vehicle, especially if you're commuting a big distance and you're in your vehicle. I remember I was driving to Maryland for Kung Fu practice, and it was literally 2 hours one way. So I had language CDs in my vehicle because I just wanted to, I think it was Cantonese that I was focusing on at that point, and I really wanted to improve. And yeah, it was a good opportunity. You're sitting in a vehicle, and it's a great way to utilize your time. Okay, the other thing, something else I suggest is an app for your phone. Any kind of language app for your phone. I mean, there are thousands of them, and I think they are very, very useful. All right, so look into language apps for your phone. And again, if you are commuting to work, for example, on a bus or subway, train, it's great. You can use it then. Movies, I did suggest watching movies. YouTube is excellent. I mean, I've watched so many movies. Before I came to Poland, I was watching a Polish film in Polish language every other night, with English subtitles, and you can look for those, on YouTube. So try that. I think that's very beneficial to watch film in the target language. Listen to the radio in that target language. There are apps out there with that allow you to get radio stations from all over the world. So I highly recommend doing that. Just again, listening to that target language. The other thing I suggest is, if you live in a city, that's multicultural, that has ethnic enclaves and neighborhoods, hang out, go to a restaurant, go to a shop, market, barber shop, listen to that language, hear that language and interact with the people. You can ask questions about the country that you're headed to. People are so proud of their place. So it'd be to your benefit if you have access to a neighborhood or enclave that has a lot of people from this place that you're headed to. Give it a shot. For example, when I go to Poland, I usually spend some time in a Port Richmond section of Northeast Philadelphia because it's still very Polish, so I can use Polish there. I can order food in Polish. I can, go shopping and use some Polish and hear Polish. So it's a good idea, and it really kind of gets my juices flowing for the language. What else? Yeah, I think I covered what I wanted to cover. But yeah, basically try to saturate yourself for 2 to 3 months, every day, getting a dose of that target language. Again, listening, speaking when possible, but listening is really going to be helpful. And I wish you the best. Okay, do widzenia, dobranoc, ciao.